Good morning students, welcome all of you to online English class. In the previous class, we had just completed the short story, Two Deer. So let us start new chapter today, fourth chapter, that is Everything I Need to Know I Learned in the Forest. Everything I Need to Know I Learned in the Forest is an essay written by Vandana Shiva. So it is not an ordinary essay, it is an environmental essay written by Vandana Shiva. Before we start with the actual chapter, let us see a brief introduction about Vandana Shiva and the given essay. Vandana Shiva wrote this article for the issue titled What Would Nature Do? Winter 2012 of Yes Magazine. She is an internationally renowned activist for biodiversity and against corporate globalization and author of Stolen Harvest, The Hijacking of the Global Food Supply, Earth Democracy, Justice, Sustainability and Peace, Soil Not Oil and Staying Alive. Vandana Shiva. So Vandana Shiva, she is very popular activist for biodiversity and she fights against globalization she is a famous internationally renowned activist for biodiversity and against corporate globalization. And she has written Stolen Harvest, The Hijacking of the Global Food Supply, that is one of the most important work written by her. Earth Democracy, Justice, Sustainability and Peace, this is another work. Soil Not Oil and Staying Alive. So these are the important works written by Vandana Shiva. The given essay, she has written this article for the issue titled What Would Nature Do? So she has written this essay basically in a magazine and the name of that magazine is Yes. In 2012 she wrote an article for the magazine called Yes, and in that magazine under the title What Would Nature Do? So that was the topic, what would nature do? Under this heading, under this topic, she wrote an article for Yes Magazine in 2012 and that article is given here as an essay. The last section of this essay was adapted from Vandana Shiva's Forest and Freedom, which was published in May-June 2012 edition of Resurgence magazine. And now the last section of this given essay was adapted, was taken from Vandana Shiva's another article that was written in May-June 2011 of Resurgence magazine. So here you need to remember two things. The given essay is taken from two magazines. The first magazine is Yes Magazine of 2012 and the last section is taken from Forest and Freedom. The topic is Forest and Freedom, which was written for the article in the magazine, that is Resurgence magazine. The first section is taken from What Would Nature Do from Yes Magazine and second section, last section is taken from Forest and Freedom from Resurgence magazine. So these are the two different magazines and the given essay is taken from the two different topics, two different headings. The first one is What Would Nature Do and the second one is Forest and Freedom. Vandana Shiva is a Yes contributing editor. So Vandana Shiva continuously writes for the magazine called Yes. She is contributing editor. She is always contributing, she is always writing for that magazine called Yes. Now, before we begin with the given essay, here is a brief introduction about the essay, what the essay is about and what Vandana Shiva is focusing and highlighting in that essay. In this essay, Vandana Shiva first tells us how she learned about environmentalism from the uneducated women of Garhwal, Himalaya. So in this essay, that is everything I need to know I learned in the forest, Vandana Shiva tells the readers that she learned about environmentalism. So what is environmentalism? Environmentalism is caring about environment. Environmentalism means caring about environment, thinking nature as our mother and living within nature and living along with nature and having cooperation with nature. Overall, environmentalism is nothing but taking care of nature and fighting for the rights of nature. That is called as environmentalism. And the one who fights for the rights of environment, he or she is called as environmentalist. Environmentalist, one who fights for the rights of nature. Environmentalism from the uneducated women of Garhwal region, Himalaya. Vandana Shiva learnt about environmentalism, the importance of environment and nature from uneducated women of Garhwal region, Himalaya. In the Himalayan region, Vandana Shiva, she learnt about this environment, its importance, its significance by uneducated women. So this is the most important thing here. She is a renowned environmentalist, activist against corporate globalization. Such a person learned the importance of environment from uneducated women of Garhwal region in Himalaya. While the government officials and men were cutting down trees for logs, the women showed them that the trees and forests were living things and we need to live with them. Why these uneducated women? They gave importance for environment because the government officials and men were cutting down trees for logs. So the government officials, they had obtained some contract. They used to cut trees to get logs, timber, the big logs which is used to make furniture. So they used to cut trees and the women showed them that trees and forests were living things. And now these uneducated women, they even highlighted that trees and forests, they are living things, they are not non-living things and we need to live with them. And one more thing we need to notice here and pay attention here, that is trees and the forests which we live with, they are living things and we should not consider them as non-living things and we should not misuse them. So misusing means continuously destroying the forest and continuously cutting the trees for our selfish deeds. That is not a good thing. Later Vandana learnt all the major ideals of a good life from the forest. Now Vandana Shiva learnt some ideals for life. So what is an ideal? Ideal, so is a philosophy or it's a quality which a person follows throughout his life or her life, or dedicates his or her life for that particular quality, for that particular purpose, that is ideal here. So she is following few ideals and he learned all those major ideals, major characters, major philosophies from forest. And which are those ideals? So her ideals means her principles for life, her purpose for life. So what is her purpose? Or what are the principles of her life? Diversity of life forms and the need to accept diversity as a principle of life. Diversity of life forms. diversity of life forms means, in nature, if we observe, human beings are not the only creatures who are living on this earth. Along with human beings, there are n number of other species, other living organisms which are living along with human beings. But human beings consider and thinks selfishly that only human beings are superior, greater, and they can misuse or they can destroy the other living organisms, the other species, the other life forms. But here Vandana Shiva is highlighting that, emphasizing that no, along with human beings, each and every living organism on this earth has a right to live. So that's why the principle would be live and let live policy. She learned diversity of life forms. So diversity, different living organisms, different species, different animals, different birds, insects, trees are there along with human beings. And the need to accept diversity as the principle of life. This is a very important point, you need to underline it. Diversity as a principle of life. So which should be the principle of life? Diversity. For example, we can take India. In India, we have different languages, different cultures, different traditions, different languages, different food habits, different religions, different people, different regions, all are different. We have different things, that is diversity, diversified things. But still, when it comes to the matter of integration, we are all Indians, we live together, we live with cooperation, we live with harmony. In the same way, when it comes to the matter of earth, Mother Earth, or our universe, then we need to think that not only human beings, along with human beings, there are a number of trees, birds, insects, forest, everything, and all these insects, species, diversified life forms, even they have the right to live. So that's why diversity is the principle of life. We need to accept it, that along with other organisms, species, even we are also living. The second principle, the second ideal is that earth is our mother and not just raw material to be exploited. We need to live in harmony with nature. So earth is our mother. So earth which we are living in, the earth is our mother. Why earth is compared to mother? Why Vandana Shiva calling earth as mother? For example, our mother takes care of us, nurtures us, right? Love us, teach us throughout her life. In the same way, the earth is nurturing us, taking care of us, providing us all our essentials, all our needs, and the earth is protecting us. If the Mother Earth wasn't there, then we wouldn't have lived a life which we are living now. It means the Mother Earth is giving a life for us. If our mother gives life, biologically gives life for us, then here this earth, Mother Earth, which gives geographical life. So we can live here if earth is there. If earth is not there, if earth is not protecting us, if earth is not creating a space for us to live here, then we can't live here. So that's why earth is compared and earth is given the place of mother. Earth is our mother and not just raw material to be exploited. But the saddest part is that human beings are using earth as raw material. So how? Just human beings look at the earth as a raw material or a site to build huge constructions or just a site of mining. So human beings are continuously digging it to get minerals, gold, iron, silver, all these things which they want. They are just looking it as raw material. But in early days, in olden days, earth is given the place of mother. Earth is not a property to buy and sell. Earth is not a raw material. Actually, earth gives us food. If no earth, no land, no agriculture, no cultivation, then no food. It means we completely depend upon earth for our survival. So that's why we should treat earth as mother and not just as a raw material. We need to live in harmony with nature. And the second thing is, we need to live in harmony with nature. So earth is not just a raw material. We should not go against earth, or we should not try to exploit earth. Already we have exploited a lot. Instead, we need to live in harmony with nature. Then the third principle is earth democracy. Respecting the freedom of all species of life to evolve and live together. Earth democracy. So you need to underline this word, this terminology. So just like we have democracy. So what is democracy? Democracy is a system of governance where people have equal rights for each and everyone. You can live, you can express, you have freedom. So that's democracy, which is all about people. By the people, of the people and for the people. That is democracy. But here earth democracy means not only human beings, along with human beings, whatever insect or whatever species, whatever animal, bird, tree lives on this earth, it has its own right to live. And human beings, they don't have the right to destroy or to take or to spoil the life of other organism, other species. It might be an insect or it might be a small plant, but we don't have any right to destroy it. So that is earth democracy, respecting the freedom of all species. We need to respect, we need to identify, we need to obey, we need to live in harmony with all the species to evolve and to live together. We need to live together, not separately. Human beings here, we have to be very careful that we are not living separate from nature. We are living with nature. But without knowing human beings are destroying nature, it is just like a man who is cutting a branch, the same branch which he is sitting on. If a person sits on a branch of a tree and starts cutting down that branch, what happens? When the branch falls down, even the human being, the man who is sitting on that branch, even he will fall down. In the same way, we are living in nature, with nature. If we are destroying nature, then the effect of that destruction would be on human beings. We need to face the consequences. And whatever happens, we need to face the loss. And we need to face the problems in terms of natural calamities. So when these natural calamities are happening, the natural calamities and this destruction, global warming, earthquakes, right, lavas, tsunami, all these things, it happens not only because of natural things, because of the things which human is destroying. Human is creating imbalance in nature. Nature should be balanced. When human beings live in cooperation, live in harmony with nature, then nature is balanced. Otherwise, nature will be imbalanced, then we get these natural calamities. Next, last principle, last ideal, which Vandana Shiva learns from the forest is the Indian tradition to ecology as recognized by Tagore. The Indian tradition to ecology. So ecology, the relationship between the living organisms and human beings, there is a kind of bonding between human beings and nature. Human depends upon nature for its survival and nature depends upon human beings for its sustenance. So Rabindranath Tagore has recognized the Indian tradition, and the culture of the forest is a true Indian culture. The culture of the forest is a true Indian culture because the Indian culture has evolved from the forest. Not only Indian culture, if you look at the human culture itself, so human beings, civilized human beings, man. So man is from ape. So apes is the initial stage, beginning stage of human beings. and our first home is forest. Our first home, first house is forest, and from forest we learn all this agriculture, we learn the concept of family, we learn the concept of food. So everything we learn from the forest. So forest culture is a true Indian culture. So whatever cultures are there, all the cultures have evolved from forest. Thus Vandana Shiva says that forest teaches the values of diversity, freedom and coexistence. And from forest, Vandana Shiva is saying that we can learn the values of diversity. Diversity, that is, along with human beings, different species, organisms, insects, trees are living. We need to give respect and we need to identify its rights, freedom and coexistence. So there is equal right, equal freedom for each and every living organism on this earth. Then coexistence. We are living in this universe on this earth along with n number of organisms and species. We need to live in harmony. We need to live in cooperation with all these organisms, with all these species. We should not just destroy, we should not just manipulate these organisms, living organisms, just because we think we are strong. If human beings, we think we are superior and strong, it is completely wrong. Why? Because human might have achieved so many wonders that human can fly just like a bird, and human beings can swim just like a fish, and human beings can run just like any one of the animal, and human beings can create computers which is used to create so many other things. Actually human beings can create other machines resembles human beings, that's robot, but still in front of nature human beings are just mere, just meager, just small thing. Why? Can human beings control tsunami? Can human beings control earthquake? Can human beings control rain? Can human beings control the phenomena which happens in nature? Can human beings control galaxy? Can human beings control black hole? Can human beings control sun, moon? No. Then who is controlling this? Beyond our imagination, beyond our knowledge. That's why we need to think that nature is superior, and more than human beings there is some power, and that power is nature. So that's why we need to believe in nature, we need to live in cooperation with nature. So this is all the brief background for the given essay. Everything I need to know I learned in the forest. So I will repeat the introduction once again. Everything I need to know I learned in the forest. It is an essay written by Vandana Shiva. So Vandana Shiva, she is internationally renowned, internationally popular environmentalist, activist against corporate globalization. And the given essay is taken from two magazines which Vandana Shiva wrote two different articles. The first article is that what would nature do, which she has written for the magazine Yes in the year 2012. From that the given first section is taken, and the last section is taken from the second article Forest and Freedom, which Vandana Shiva wrote for the second magazine, that is Resurgence magazine in the year 2011. So here totally two magazines, two articles, and the two articles together the given essay. And in the given essay Vandana Shiva initially says that she learned about environmentalism, means giving preference and importance for environment, that she learned from the uneducated women of Garhwal region from Himalaya. Vandana Shiva learned to give importance for environment from the uneducated women of Garhwal region, and from forest she learned her ideals for life, her principle, her philosophy for life. So which are the ideals? The first one is that diversity of life form. We need to accept and we need to look around that along with human beings and apart from human beings there are so many different species, living organisms, and we need to obey the respect, the right of those living organisms. And we need to accept diversity as the principle of life. Diversity is the principle of life. Human beings are not sole inheritors of this earth. There are other inheritors also. The rightful inheritors of earth by Nizam Ezekiel. So Nizam Ezekiel, he has written the rightful inheritors of the earth. In this, even he says, even he emphasizes that along with human beings, even the living creatures, animals, birds, insects, they have the right, they have the inheritance on this earth. And the second principle, earth is our mother. We should not look at earth as just a raw material. We need to take care of the mother earth, and we need to look the earth as mother, which is nurturing, which is protecting, which is actually giving life for us. We completely depend upon earth for our existence, for our survival. And the third principle is that earth democracy. Earth democracy, respecting the freedom of all species to live and evolve within the web of life. So this life in this universe, on this earth, we have different species, different living organisms. There is a give and take policy between all these organisms, including human beings. There is a give and take policy between human beings and nature. And now, at last, the fourth principle, the Indian tradition to ecology as recognized by Tagore. The culture of the forest is the true Indian culture. The Indian culture has emerged from the forest culture as recognized, as given by Rabindranath Tagore. Indian culture has emerged, it is started, it developed from the forest culture. Forest is the base for Indian culture. Human beings completely depend upon this forest. At last, Vandana Shiva says from forest we can learn three values, that is diversity, freedom and coexistence. So diversity of life forms we can learn from nature, from forest, and freedom, how freely and how enjoyably all the animals live in the forest, still with coexistence, with cooperation. Why? Because in the forest we have carnivorous animals, herbivorous animals, different animals which are completely different in their food habits, completely different in their looking, but still they live together, they live in coexistence, they live with cooperation. So this is how Vandana Shiva emphasizes the importance of forest and the importance of living in harmony and living with cooperation with nature. So this is the background. And now I would like to dictate one more questions from today's session. Later I will dictate one more question from the previous story, that is Two Deer. So now one more questions from today's session. The first question, the first one more question. Who is Vandana Shiva? Who is Vandana Shiva? Who is Vandana Shiva? Who is Vandana Shiva? The second question. Which are the two articles? Which are the two articles? Which are the two articles Vandana Shiva wrote? Which are the two articles Vandana Shiva wrote? Which are the two articles Vandana Shiva wrote? Next question. Which are the two magazines? Which are the two magazines for which Vandana Shiva? Which are the two magazines for which Vandana Shiva wrote articles? For which Vandana Shiva wrote articles? Next question. Which are the important works of Vandana Shiva? Which are the important works of Vandana Shiva? Which are the important works of Vandana Shiva? Next question. From whom Vandana Shiva learnt about environmentalism? From whom Vandana Shiva learnt about environmentalism? Next question. Why the government officials and men were cutting the trees? Why the government officials and men were cutting the trees? Next question. Which are the major ideals of good life? Which are the major ideals of good life? Which are the major ideals of good life? Which are the major ideals of good life according to Vandana Shiva? Which are the major ideals of good life according to Vandana Shiva? Next, last question. What forest teaches according to Vandana Shiva? What forest teaches according to Vandana Shiva? What forest teaches according to Vandana Shiva? Next, 4 marks question. 4 marks question. Write a note on Vandana Shiva and her major works. Write a note on Vandana Shiva and her major works. Write a note on Vandana Shiva and her major works. Second question. Write a note on the introduction. Write a note on the introduction of the given essay. Write a note on the introduction of the given essay. Everything I need to know I learned in the forest. Write a note on the introduction of the given essay. Everything I need to know I learned in the forest. So that's all from today's session. And from the previous session, that is 2 1 mark, remaining 1 mark question. Who decided to tell the criminal? Who decided to tell the criminal straight out? Who decided to tell the criminal straight out? Next question. Who questioned the criminal? 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 Why he did not run away? Who questioned the criminal? Why he did not run away? Next question. Mention any one of the reason. Mention any one of the reason for the criminal. Mention any one of the reasons for the criminal for not running away from the prison. Mention any one of the reason for the criminal for not running away from the prison. Next question. What was the last plan or idea? What was the last plan or idea suggested by the ministers? What was the last plan or idea suggested by the ministers to get rid of the criminal? What was the last plan or idea suggested by the ministers to get rid of the criminal? Next question. On what condition? On what condition? On what condition the criminal agreed to go? On what condition the criminal agreed to go out of the prison? On what condition the criminal agreed to go out of the prison? Next question. How much money the criminal received in advance? How much money the criminal received in advance? Next question. Where did the criminal settle? Where did the criminal settle? Where did the criminal settle? After receiving the advance. Where did the criminal settle after receiving the advance? Next question. What did the criminal do? What did the criminal do with the advance? What did the criminal do with the advance? Next question. How many francs the criminals take on? How many francs the criminals take on gaming tables? How many francs the criminals take on the gaming tables? Next question. Which is the good thing? Which is the good thing? Which is the good thing as mentioned by the narrator? Which is the good thing as mentioned by the narrator? Which is the good thing as mentioned by the narrator? Next, 4 marks questions. First question. Why the criminal was reluctant? Why the criminal was reluctant to go out of the prison? Why the criminal was reluctant to go out of the prison? Next question. Write a note on the final efforts of the ministers. Write a note on the final efforts of the ministers to get rid of the criminal. Write a note on the final efforts of the ministers to get rid of the criminal. Next question. How did the criminal lead his life? How did the criminal lead his life? how did the criminal lead his life after emigrating from the Kingdom of Monaco? How did the criminal lead his life after emigrating from the Kingdom of Monaco? Okay, these are all 1 mark and 4 mark questions from the short story 2 Deer. And whatever the 1 mark questions I have dictated you now from the introduction part of everything I need to know I learned in the forest. So before we begin with the actual essay in the next class, I want all the students to read this essay and be clear with the given terminology. Why? Because in this essay Vandana Shiva makes use of terminology which is very difficult and which is very peculiar for students. It is related to environmental issues. So all of you read the essay, and in the next class we will start with the actual essay. Till then, take care. Bye.